Alright guys, I kind of want to go over some other branded Despia cards we could play in the deck if you want to play branded DM. First off, in your draw phase, I know I'm in main phase 1, but in your draw phase, activate your copy of Branded Opening, discard your copy of Upstart, which could be whatever 5th card. If this is Soul Servant, it's nuts because you can end on Dragoon and Double Masquerade, and I might show that later in the video. But you will special summon your copy of Aluber. Aluber will now search you your copy of Branded in Red. Activate your effect of Magician Souls in hand, send DM to the grave. Obviously, send Souls, summon DM. Normal summon your copy of Magician's Rod. Rod will now search you your copy of Soul Servant. Now, even though you search Soul Servant here, it doesn't do the same thing as opening it along with those 4 cards, which would make this a 5-card combo, which we really don't want to do. These 4 are kind of easy to open because Branded Fusion's a 3 of, Branded Opening is a 3 of, Rod and Souls, you have like a billion copies to search, or ways to search it, so you could open these 4 kind of consistently. I know Soul Servant is also a 3 of, but it's too awkward and doesn't really work into the purpose of today's video, which is other branded cards we could play. So now we will activate our copy of Branded or Soul Servant, stack your copy of Secrets, or you could just search Secrets, banish your copy of Soul Servant. Soul Servant will get you Secrets of Dark Magic, activate your copy of Secrets of Dark Magic, Fusion summoning DM and Aluber. In the Masquerade, activate your copy of Branded Fusion. Branded Fusion will now summon your copy of Albion by sending Mana and Albaz to the graveyard. Albion will now summon. Now, in theory, or it's not really in theory, you have the option to go for Dragoon single Masquerade and have this as a discard, like I showed in a video day before yesterday or yesterday, I don't know at this point. But it's honestly better to go for Mirror Jade. And the reason why it's better to go for Mirror Jade is so you're able to utilize Double Masquerade. Now you can activate your copy of Branded in Red, which will add back Aluber. We're not going to chain Mirror Jade. Use the effect of Fusion Summon with Masquerade, or summon into Masquerade using Magician's Rod and Aluber into Masquerade. Now this is a very strong going first board. It really is. I'm not going to lie about that, but it does require 4 cards. And you can see we have no cards in hand. But, you know, you pass through your opponent, they do stuff, Mirror Jade activate, send your second copy of Albion. Again, why you should play Albion to the graveyard. End phase of their turn, Albion will activate, adding you Branded Fusion. And Branded Fusion plus the card you get on your draw phase will equal Dragoon. Which isn't good because you don't have a discard, but if your opponent's burned himself to death, then maybe one Dragoon pop's all you need. But there are some other combos involving this I do want to show. Anyway, next. Alright, 3-card combo, so keep in mind you will still have bare minimum 2 cards in hand. Bare fucking minimum. So what you could do is activate your effect of Magician's Soul, send DM to grave, special summon it. Preferably in defense and not in attack. I misclicked. Activate your copy of Branded Fusion. Branded Fusion will of course do your traditional Albion play. Right? That ends you on Dragoon. Right? Or you could banish Fallen to Albaz. Doesn't matter. Then you could normal summon your copy of Aluber. Aluber will then activate, searching you your copy of Branded in Red. Now, you still have 2 other cards in hand. If one of them Soul Servant, and you could send that to draw of Souls, and banish it, get a draw 1. So you get 3 cards in your hand. You could go for a Guardian Chimera play here, while having a Dragoon negate if you have another monster. Which is kind of fucking good. Pop 1, draw 2, pop 1, doesn't matter. But, for this combo, you would activate your Branded in Red. Adding back your copy of Fauna Albaz from grave, which could justify playing 1. I'm not against playing 1. I just don't like it when Albion and Lebellion get hand trapped, and it kinda sucks. Then Branded in Red will Fusion Summon into Masquerade using DM and your copy of Souls into Masquerade. So now you're burning your opponent, you have a Dragoon negate, and 2 to 3 other cards in your hand. Which isn't bad. It's not. I don't know what direction I want to take the deck in. Do I want to do a heavy branded package? Or do I want to do a heavier Dark Magician engine? I feel like the branded engine is better. I do want to emphasize on that. Because Aliber is a way better normal summon than Rod. Yes, his Grave Effect is better than Rod's. Mirror J Double Masquerade is better than Rod's. And yes, I know that Branded does it better. I know that. But I don't know which way I want to do it yet. But there are a couple more combos I want to show. Alright guys, let's look at the same combo plus Nadir. So, first, use your copy of Magician's Soul, send DM to the graveyard to special summon souls. Normal summon your copy of Magician's Rod. Or, not Magician's Rod, Aliber, so used to normal summoning Rod. Aliber will search you your copy of Branded in red. Activate your copy of Branded Fusion. Branded Fusion will summon Albion by sending Mana and Albaz to the bin. Albion will then Fusion summon into Dragoon by banishing itself and Dark Magician. Activate your copy of Branded in red, which will add back your copy of Fallen Albaz. So you are guaranteed a Dragoon negate if you do this, because you have Albaz and there's another one in your deck, so you're fine in that aspect. And Fusion summoning using your copy of Aliber and your copy of Magician's Souls. Do your copy of Masquerade, then activate Nadir Servant. Nadir will then get you your copy of Dogmatic Ecclesia after you send Titaniclad, of course. And you can obviously activate the effect of Ecclesia in your hand. You're not going to negate your own Ecclesia. Special summon your copy of Ecclesia. Ecclesia will then grab you your copy of Dogmatic Punishment. And you will set Punishment. In your end phase, you will get your copy of Fleur de Lis off Titaniclad. So let's look off here. Plus we have another card in our hand, right? We have 1 Omni Negate. 1 to 2 interruptions depending on if you send Entis off Punishment. A Imperm S card in your hand, being Fleur de Lis. So that's 3. Plus for every card they activate, they're being burned. So adding Nadir into that added you 2 interruptions while Nadir didn't add the burning effect, but Nadir added you some interruptions, which makes this card honestly infinitely better in our deck. I'm not entirely sure which way's better to take the deck, relying on a Luber or relying on Rod. I personally want to rely on Rod, so it's a more Dark Magician-esque version of the deck. But it might just be better to rely on Aliber. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Leave me some comments down below. Subscribe if you're new. We're getting really close to 300 subscribers, which I don't know. I might show my face or something. Don't know yet. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave me some comments down below, and some other combos involving Brandon and Red would be great. And peace.